What it do, y'all? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I know I'm late coming bringing y'all this recap review of the latest P Valley, but girl been busy as always. But nonetheless, here we go, y'all. So this episode brung us a lot and let us see a lot, and it all had to do with Keyshawn's story, aka Miss Mississippi. Now we saw the present and the back pass of what she has been going through and how her life has developed and how she has gotten to be where she is right now. So let's get through this. Now, this whole entire episode had to do with nothing but Keyshawn and the past and the present. And then we saw that major at the end of this episode. And so it did not disappoint, of course. So let's get into it, shall we? Okay, well, we start off with Rome bringing her this new Barbie doll wig. Now, I don't know if y'all feeling it or not. Sometimes I am, but sometimes I ain't. I feel like I just don't like it simply because Rome brung it to her, and Rome is trying to make her look like some little Barbie doll, and that is not Keyshawn. That is not Miss Mississippi. It ain't, honey. It's just not. But she wore it. She's rocking it the best that she can. I mean, it don't look ugly on her, but it ain't her. It just ain't her. So, this whole entire season, we have had little celebrities coming in on each entire episode, giving a little something, being a guest. And we had none other than the Puerto Rican princess, Miss Jocelyn Hernandez herself. Yes, honey. She came through swinging in midair, basically, of the strip club, her favorite place, where she could definitely call home because, of course, is Miss Jocelyn Hernandez, the Puerto Rican princess. And she wowed everybody. I mean, even everybody was in the building. Now, it wasn't the Pink, of course, but they was somewhere. It was all a promotion thing where Big Teak and Lil Murder were there doing their thing, having a good time. Now, this is the first scene we basically see of Lil Murder and Big Teak since the whole blow up. And that whole blow up was at the last episode when after they did their thing that took the internet by storm and people are still tripping off of. And then afterwards, he woke up and seen that Big Teak had found his postcard to Uncle Clifford that he'd been sending him. He'd been sending him mad postcards from wherever he's been at for his little murder tour, murder night. So that is where you see them at. So apparently Big Teak ain't got nowhere else to go. So I don't even know why he tripping like that. Like, you need to just leave to accept it. I don't know why he would have thought Lil Murder would have waited for him or whatever he should have been doing with or for him when he was still locked up. Because if he had, he wouldn't be where he at right now and be able to be with Lil Murder. So Big Teak just needs to suck it up and take one for the team, in my opinion. Because if he don't, where else is he going to go? He don't know how to function in the world right now. He is obviously very shattered by many things. So just lay low, Big T. But yeah, so that was them there. Now, as far as Keyshawn, her past, honey, we got to see how her and Derek met for the first time. Now, this is them in the past in high school. And that's apparently where they met. She was on the little cheerleading team or whatever you want to call it. And he was part of it. You know how males be part of it by holding up the girls in the air while they're doing their... Yeah, that was her. That was him. So she wasn't the best, of course, because it just had to be the case. But he very much took a liking to her. And when she was sitting on the bench after she basically wasn't getting picked to be at the top, two dudes come up to her trying to talk to her, basically one, and you had the other boy looking like a whack wingman, but he was in the back, and home dude tried to get with her, and she completely played him to the left. She was not having it. And then he says something, you know how dudes do when they get rejected. Oh, I ain't like you anyway. And then they want to go off and say some foul ass shit to him and make them look like they nothing. Well, that's exactly what this dude had did. And Derek wasn't having that. He basically just went and beat the dude's ass basically right there on the field or wherever they was, point blank. And no one has ever took up for her like that, so she liked that. So basically, he was basically her white knight, and that is the name of this episode, White Knight. So that was basically it. I mean, look at him. He wasn't a bad looking man back then for a little vanilla, you know what I'm saying? So that's how their whole thing went. He ended up winning her over. He takes her out. Look at them right there. He takes her out to the little cafe, and they're having their little thing and getting to know each other. And it was very cute. It started off, it seems like they really had something good. He really liked her. She really liked him. Now, a picture that I didn't remember to put in here, that one of the waitresses there was Pastor Patricia. So Pastor Patricia been around for a long time. She used to be a waitress, and she was their waitress that day. And it was kind of cute. I'm really upset I forgot to put that picture in. I don't know how I missed that. But so in the background of Keyshawn back home, which was really why she probably fell for him in the first place, she is staying with her father, who basically remarried to this awful, dreadful woman. And she has two daughters of her own. It was kind of like, a Cinderella type of effect. The two girls were, got everything they wanted, and she was just the Cinderella who had to do whatever and just get in where she fit in. Okay. So she was very much doing whatever that she had to do in order to be a part of the family and feel that she was important and everything. Two girls are getting ready for prom, basically. So it's not so her okay, all of a sudden my pictures aren't working for whatever reason. So we just gonna continue. Oh, there we go. So there she is doing the sister's hair. And you see how that curling iron is smoking. Yes, she burned her hair. And it was bad. You see the mom getting all set with her. And I thought she was about to hit her at first. Well, at that point, I thought she was about to hit her. But she didn't. She was just upset. Oh, how could you do this? You messed up the prettiest thing, or what makes her the prettiest, or whatever. Child, if your hair is the prettiest thing on you, then your daughter is not that pretty, honey. She is not. Just saying. So after she burned her hair, they go to another scene and they show how she ended up having to cut her hair and wear her hair after the whole bid. Miss Mississippi was thinking with her cat instead of her mind. Yes, she was. That was all that was on her mind. She had her white knight right on her mind. That's all she could think about. So the next clip they had to show, the sisters talking. And child, this is the hair. This is the hair. Now, granted, it was back in the day, and this is how they wore it. But this is a horrible wig. I'm sorry. It looks so dry. It looks like it was cute at first, but they tampered with it and messed with it and wore it for too long and didn't take care of it once she took it off. It just looks horrible. Now, she's still a cute girl. But the hair just ain't flowing. Or maybe I'm just thinking because it was so back in the day. I don't know, but it is what it is. She had to do what it do. She had to do something, right? So the show is flipping back and forth, and it is narrated by Uncle Clifford, and he's saying it all poetic and very intriguing, like sucking us in, and it was really good. So that's just, a side part. So another part came where it's time to go to the prom. And the girls are getting all cute and looking all nice, taking pictures with their their dates and whatever. And here comes Derek. Now, first of all, another picture I didn't get. I missed a lot of pictures. I couldn't put so many in. But you seen the part where the daddy, that daddy, there's always one, right? Like, you see the daddy wanting to get in the picture. He told Keyshawn to take the picture of the other girls and him in their dates. Like, you gonna do your daughter like that? Like, he acting like she the stepchild too. And that's really messed up. So, and that's his real daughter. You know what I'm saying? But he's just foul and filthy because you see when he goes to take the picture, they show a close-up of him, trying to wrap his arm around one of the daughter's waist. And then you see him kiss the daughter on the side of her forehead. And you could see how she was just not feeling like, quit doing that. Like, you've done it too many times before. And I know that you're nasty. And I ain't going to tell my mama because she loves you. But I know you're nasty and you know you're nasty and you don't try it with me. And who knows, he may have tried it with the other one. But she didn't say nothing, okay? She just tried to move it right along and keep it moving. He only cared about his lighter daughter. Exactly. And there goes the whole colorism thing. And that was the whole point of that. So I like how they touched on that because it is a huge thing. And even with your parents, even your parents are like that. And that gives a lot of daughters, especially women, a complex growing up. Like, not even your own father loves you and, caters to the lighter skinned siblings more than you. Like, you can tell the difference. And that is how she felt growing up. And you could tell that carried into it. And that is how she ended up with Derek, obviously, because Derek showed her different. And that's all she knew. He was the only one who seemed like he gave any cares about her. You know what I'm saying? So while she's taking the pictures of the sisters, there's a knock on the door. And come on in, Derek. Now, Derek came in suited and booted. I ain't gonna lie, he was looking good. And he looked even better for the fact that he had a dress and shoes for her to wear, honey. Dress and shoes. He came fully prepared. Now, not even the prince came with dress and shoes for Cinderella. He just came to see if the shoe fit at the end from the shoe she already brung. So Derek done even better. Now, if Derek could have stayed the man that he was, I'd have a lot of respect for him. But of course, we just cannot. I wanted to know his stepdaughter backstory too. You know what, girl? I want to know that whole thing. Yes. And I'm going to get back. We're going to circle right back to that in just a second. So she goes to the prom with him. And she looks good, okay? She looks good. And they come in all together. They was getting all the stares. You know how that goes. Now, I don't understand why they were staring at him or what exactly they could have been staring at him for, because they weren't the only interracial couple there. So I'm not really understanding why they got the look. Or maybe they just did it for effect. You know how that goes, for effect of the show, to give it more intensity or whatever that was going on. But yeah, people was just staring at them. You know how they do that slow motion thing. And I'm like, okay, is something about to happen right before everything ends? But it happened. And then it was what it was. See, I don't even know why it was like that. It's scary because how did he know her shoe size and dress? Maybe he took a shot in the dark. Or maybe it was a scene we didn't see. If he was like, if I took you to the prom, what would I know? Of course not. But yes, that was kind of funny. How he know that? Well, actually, though, he didn't really know the size. Because you see how she had to get up in that dress. She probably could have used a size bigger. But she got into it with all them spanks and cranks and girdles and hurdles. She got in it. She was doing the crutches before she went up in that dress. She was hopping around in that dress. She was trying to get in that mug. So she could have used at least one dress size bigger, I think. But that's a good observation, Dominique. I hear what you're saying. Yes. So the thing that took place afterward, she had Cinderella have fun at the ball, and then the clock struck midnight, and it was time for her to come home. But basically, the clock had been struck midnight because she had to sneak back in. But she got away with it because, the mother came in and said, well, you the good daughter today. You beat out the other two girls. The other two sisters were still out, but she came in. Now, here's where I'm drawing my situation. I don't know how or when, or if maybe the mother already knew, or if mother peeped game when she was taking the pictures and saw her husband put his hand around her daughter's waist. Because when Keyshawn came home, you seen the mother crying. You can tell something had happened. You can tell something went down because the mother was not looking happy at all. She was clearly distraught, crying in the dark. And it wasn't like she was waiting on him to come home. It just looked like she was just there wallowing in her own pity, like she knew what was up. Or it could have been that she found out he had a whole nother broad. Because one thing she was saying to Keyshawn was, like she said, your dress looks like it was a custom made for you. And she was like, yeah, but she was like, but you didn't pick it out. And then she just got to talking deep to her. And she was like, be careful of becoming a man's Barbie doll. He'll always find another one to buy. So I'm like, oh, so your husband ain't all great. All that you was talking about, how did her husband get her and all of this jazz? And it was pretty intense. Now, one thing was, the girls had asked her how she had got her husband or whatever, and she told her this and that. But the backstory is on that is he was still with Keyshawn's mother when they met. So it sounds like they met on a plane. The mama knew she was sleeping with her. Must have something along the other because you saw how that went down clearly. So there was one point where the kids had asked, how did you get the husband or whatever that she had now, Keyshawn's dad, and she was like, oh, this is that and the third. And Keyshawn was like, you left out the part where something along of you didn't offer, or you offered his wife a drink too. I guess she met him on the plane. She was a stewardess, I'm guessing. But yes. She one of them homies, as long as bringing home money, she's always okay with him sleeping with his daughter. And that is just disgusting. And that is so gross. But apparently she wasn't happy with it no more. She couldn't keep it together no more because she was just in tears, drinking, and just looked like a hot mess when Keyshawn walked through the door. And that's how you knew something had happened major. That's why I'm like, what had happened when everybody left to go to the prom? I need to know what happened between them once the girls left and went to the prom. Show me that footage, please. That's what I need to see. Please and thank you. Okay, because I'm like, what did we miss? We clearly missed something that we did not see. So I'm really upset I did not. I was just going too fast trying to get all these pictures. I had the pictures of when they started arguing, okay, Keyshawn and the mom. Because the mom got really upset that she brung her own mama up and how she basically was a home wrecker. And she said, girl, what did you say? She slapped her, hit her, whatever. She threw mashed potatoes at this girl. Because Keyshawn was setting the table they was about to eat. And the food was on the table. You know how they do. And she got mad and threw the mashed potatoes at Keyshawn. And just everywhere. It went everywhere. I was like, dang, mama is gutter with it. What is wrong with her? I want to hear what happened with Mississippi Daddy too. I need that whole entire story. They need to do a part 2 of White Nights because there was too much left out. There was too much that was going on. And there's a lot of stuff that we don't understand still. So there is a lot going on. And I hope we get to hear more because her story is interesting. And at this point, if her story is that interesting, I'm wondering about other people's story. I would like to hear Uncle Clifford's story from the past. I want to hear a lot of their stories from the past. I really liked how they did this episode showing us that. So I hope we get more of that about some of the other characters, because I'm really interested in the backstory of how they all got to where they were to come to get to the pink. We know about Autumn's a little bit from the very first episode of season 1, but we don't know everything. But I want to see everybody's now, because if Keyshawn was that good, I just wonder. Because I want to know if he touches somebody else's kids. Whew. That would be a very touchy one to grab focus on, but it could bring awareness in a good way. You never know. I mean, they could do it. I mean, this daddy is really on some other stuff, because he did feel too comfortable doing that in front of everybody, including the mama, his wife, his real other daughter. So what is really going on? It's a lot to unpack with that whole thing. So they really could do a part 2 very easily. Very, very easily. So after the whole prom or whatnot, they are in the back seat of the car, and they get their little thing going on in the back seat. So apparently they sealed the deal and did their thing and all of this jazz, right? And through that, little Keyshawn ends up pregnant. Yep, that's her. Eating on the moon pie and all. The chocolate one, too. Do they even make those anymore? Can somebody tell me? Because I don't see them at the stores that I be at. Maybe because I don't be looking. But I really want to know, do they make those? Them things used to be bussin' back in the day, okay? Bussin'. And so that whole scene where she's pregnant and her and Derek are talking about the things that his parents had got them for the baby, okay? So she's mad because the colors that they chose for the baby. Like, girl, just be happy someone got you something and grateful, But she did make a valid point. She said, now they want to send you stuff afterward. Who was the one who got us this down payment for this townhouse or this apartment or whatever they're staying? It was her father. So Derek's parents wasn't even checking for their relationship once they got together. Because do you remember when they had their first date, she had asked him, if this ain't a date, where would you take me for our first date? And he named all this elaborate stuff. And she was like, yeah, but would you take me home? He clearly did not answer that question and went right on to the next. He was not answering it for nothing. Them nasty. But do they make them anymore, Dominique? Do they make them? I'm done with people. You done with Monique? I can probably only guess why you done with P Valley. I got to know. I need to know, why are you done with P Valley? Yes, Monique. We need to know why. Dominique want to know too. Why is you done with P Valley? Oh, my goodness gracious. Monique, you always want to come in here talking mess. If you weren't done with P Valley last episode, I'm trying to figure out what was in this episode that made you not like P Valley no more. What P Valley do to you? But anywho, so, they're having their whole discussion, and she's like getting on him like, I'm the one who goes to work at Walmart at night. You ain't doing nothing. I put the little money in your little Prius or whatever he was driving. I'm like, dang, you really getting at him. I'm down here in Kentucky. They still have them there, see? I guess Michigan whack, and we ain't messing with them no more. Cause or maybe I just don't see them. Maybe I'm gonna have to start going back to them hood convenience, little one-stop stores. Cause I don't be seeing them where I be going. Maybe that's the problem. I ain't going to the hood spots. So we get a taste of when the first time Derek put his hands on Keyshawn. So she basically belittled him, told him, I'm the one taking care of this family, putting food on the table and gas in your little ass car. So you need to put some respect on my name, basically. But instead of putting some respect on her name, he put his hands on her throat, honey. He choked her up. And I do mean choked her up. I said, oh, this is what we doing now. He put the hands all the way on her. I said, oh my goodness. Now she is pregnant, y'all. She is pregnant with his baby, laying on the couch, eating her moon pie. Just imagine laying on the couch eating your moon pie, then oops, all of a sudden you choked up by your baby daddy. Like what? Where are we going with this? You was my white knight beating up dudes for me. Now you're trying to beat me up? Like, I would have never thought. You would have never thought. That's the last thing a girl is going to think, that her man is going to whoop her ass. Okay? Especially pregnant. The father of her child. The one who helped her bring life into this world, and now you trying to basically look like you're trying to end mine. Now, he could have done something to the child in her stomach, choking her out like that, making her lose breath, lose conscience. Who knows how far he would have really took it. But Derek, you were MF for that one. Like, And so that means and goes to show that, she has dealt with this ever since the beginning of her pregnancy. She has been going through this. And that is just tragic. And you see when she came home that the baby looks about maybe 4 years old. I'm not sure. But she's been going through this that whole entire time since that baby was in her stomach. And that is a shame. That is so messed up. So she basically leaves, or she at least tries to leave. She left the house and she goes to her dad's house. And she's just sorry, I totally didn't click that right. Got the whole entire thing in there. But basically, she goes to her dad's, and the mother, that dreadful mother, answers the door and basically tells her, you can't come here. Your dad says no. I told you relationships were complicated, difficult. She would know. And basically go deal with it on your own. We don't want none of that around here. I can't have this around my girls. What are you talking about? That man you got laying up in your bed, you shouldn't have around your girls. I can't have this around my girls. And that just goes to show she ended up keeping them, because after all that and crying, oh, you could buy another Barbie doll, she still got this man laying up in her bed. So really, what are you talking about? It didn't make no sense. She should have known when she taught some dudes at school he fight with. I mean, there's a lot of men who fight men and knows not to fight women, but you just don't know. But yeah, that could have been a dead giveaway too, because he obviously likes to fight. He likes to put his hands on people, and that's his MO, obviously, and it shows. It shows. But the kicker was she just slammed the door in her face. Like, I wonder, did the daddy, and he probably did, but I wonder if the daddy even said that. Like, how you know? She was downstairs just to say, your daddy said no. How you even know she was at the door? Did y'all pre-say this before? If she come back, she can't come back? But she was like the type who may have had those thoughts and said something, along those lines. But and don't fall too far from the tree, because if he's been acting, iffy toward her, he might have been like that. Like, it probably was a negotiation. She can't come back. I'll stay with you, even though I know you sleeping and touching on my daughter, or probably I'll let you continue to do that if you don't let your daughter come back. Who even knows? That's the kicker. You don't know how that whole ordeal may have went. And that is the whole entire problem. So that's basically the most of the past that they showed, that she ended up going, oh no, because she did go back, right? And this is the prime example of an abuser. What do they always do? They always want to apologize after the whole fact, right? And that's exactly what she did. So when she was turned away by her mother in her own father's home, mind you, she had no choice but to go back to Derek. Where else could she go? And because of the fact that she got kicked out from her dad and they refused to take her back, she probably thought she couldn't go nowhere else. And that's another reason why she probably stayed with Derek this whole entire time, because she felt like, where else am I gonna go after this with my child at that? So when she comes home, he's got the whole entire baby's room filled with flowers and all types of arrangements for her to walk into. And here he is getting down on his knees, kissing her stomach, apologizing up the ass for his behavior. Like, just ill. You just know when men like this do shit like this, it's going to happen again. It never happens just once. When has it ever happened just once? Now, mind you, I told you this is going back and forth. It's going between the present and the past, back to the present, back to the past. And it's showing like the correlation between how she's handling her situation now from how she had to handle her situation from before. So it's just like a whole correlation of the whole fact. Where Mississippi mother, is she dead, beat mama, or lost her rights to the sick in the head sperm donor? I got questions. I want to say she's not alive anymore. From, if I remember right, something in my head is telling me that she's not alive anymore, and I believe that's the case because she stuck up for her mom, like for real, for real. So I figured if she had, if she stuck up for her mom, that means she still loves her mom and her mom still loves her. And I figured if she had anywhere else to go, she would have tried to go to her mom. So I want to say that her mom isn't alive anymore. So I believe that she is. Yep, exactly. I know better. I got answers before the season. Woo, child, you ain't ever lied. You ain't ever lied. Like, they really opened up a whole nother can showing this episode because we all got mad questions. I hear you, Dominique. We all got mad questions because I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got many too. Like, I got a list of stuff. Like, y'all gonna have to answer this. Katori Hall, get on your game, honey. Get on your game. We need some answers up in this piece. Okay? So the whole thing between, oh my goodness, can we get to Rome? Can we get to Rome? Let's get to Rome. So this whole entire episode is Rome trying to get, Keyshawn to do this, that, and the third. First he tells her that the wig thing was going through with that ridiculous, ugly wig that she had on, right? And then he comes to let her know, the wig deal fell through. It ain't going to happen. So then he tries to come to her with these stripper shoes, and she wasn't feeling that either. And they was cute. They was cute for stripper shoes, I guess, but they was basic. They was real basic. So she wasn't really feeling it, and she really wanted the wig, the wig line. You can get stripper shoes at the hair store now, but you can only get good quality hair, good quality wigs, good quality lace fronts. Real deal. That's where the money is. You can get $15 stripper shoes somewhere. Yeah, your feet might hurt, but you can get them. You know what I'm saying? But you want to have a good head of hair on your head always. You don't want to do that, right? Hey, girl. Hey, Marcella. That is my girl, Marcella. She is the girl. Y'all need to go follow her if y'all don't. She be dropping mad tea. She is mad fun. She does all types of things. She is awesome. I love her. I adore her. So, yes, baby, hit that like button, please. You know what I'm saying. And so then, at some point, it's just like, Rome, just get over yourself. He think he is everything. He get on my nerves, y'all. Like, he played this role too good because he gets on my freaking nerves. I am not playing. It's just something about this dude that irritates my soul, okay? And this episode, he really irritated my soul. That's why I'm so happy what happened at the end, because Lord, I don't got to deal with this man no more. I could have slapped the mess out of him so many times this season. Really, I'm so glad he is gone. But let's get to that, y'all. Okay, so he comes through and he tells everyone that they're going to Jocelyn Hernandez after party thing. He tells Big T, Little Murder, oh, this ain't for you. Y'all can't go. This and the third. Him and Big T get mad at each other. And Big T mad at everybody anyway. He mad at Little Murder. That's why he going off on everybody. He mad at Little Murder. So whatever. He got to get his rocks off some way, somehow, get mad at other people. He can't show his anger toward Little Murder in front of everybody because everybody gonna know. Even though they do know by now, because there was a time where they arguing and you see Miss Mississippi look at Wally and he's like, is they effing? And then Wally look at her, he's like, yeah, I think they effing. So that whole thing, it was like, yeah, y'all got something going on. And that's the whole problem there. I hate they made Hate Blue AK wrong because I will never watch anything he's in. I did the same thing with Michael Ealy. Hate him to the same. Oh my god! But that just goes to show y'all they play the hell out of their roles. They good at what they do, and they supposed to be. That's how you know you got a good movie. I'm the same way though. I really hated Lawrence Fishburne for a minute from playing Ike, and it's just how it goes. But you gotta support the actors still. I mean, because had he not played that role so good, it wouldn't have been so great to see him dead at the end. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand that. They all do. They all do. Hey, DC, another great lady here. Y'all need to go follow her. She has so much fun. She be doing her thing Friday nights with the karaoke. She is so fun. She takes music songs you want to do. Like, go check both of these girls out, please. Yes, they are good actors, and that's the good thing. You gotta support the Black actors. So continue to watch their movies. We got to support us, y'all. We've got to support us. If we don't support us, then who is? You know what I'm saying? So we have to. Let's make sure we continue to do that. Either way. But yes, I know what you're saying. It's hard to watch a movie when they've been that guy back in the day. So after the whole thing, look at this money. Y'all, I'm in the wrong business. I need to become a stripper. I'm about to become one. Forget it. I don't care. It's about to go down. Because look at all that money. Hey, I want to be able to do the angel and some money. I ain't done the angel in no snow in a long time. But the next time I do an angel, y'all, I want to do it in some money. Bucky necky, okay? That's what I'm talking about. So let's get to the woo part, y'all, okay? Because let's wrap this up and put it in a pretty bow, shall we? So, Rome is feeling himself. He is really feeling himself. He thinking he doing all of this great stuff for Miss Mississippi Keyshawn. You know it, baby. I got to return the favor because you shout me out all the time. We got to. We got to support each other. Black Bloggers United. You know that's what I'm about. Yes, honey. It's hard. I mean, what you know? How you know it's hard? What you know, girl? Tell me something good. Oh, are you talking about it's hard to support? I thought you were saying it's hard to be a stripper. Look, I need you to let me know what you mean, because I don't know. I don't want to insinuate, homie. I want to insinuate. Let me know. So anyway, Rome is really feeling himself. He think he doing all of this for Keyshawn, getting her all of these deals. He think he doing everything for her. And so I guess he wanted a little payback. He's saying, I can do a lot more for you if you let me. And she noticed this dude got his whole entire robe open, just flashing everything. And she like, She was not feeling it. You could see how uncomfortable she was. She's like, okay, Rome, what you doing? We gonna be late. Okay, let's go. All right. You know, she's trying to play it out the best way. She's trying to tell him, I don't want you like that in the best way. While she also feeling like some type of way scared because she's a battered woman. You never know. So she's trying to tell him, no, this, that, and the third. I'm not trying to do this with you. Let's not go there. But he getting all up in his feelings, right? So he goes to show her the video he got. So I don't know when he did this, or he must have already been on to something, thinking that there was something going on between Lil Murda and Big T. Because when did he put his phone in there? When did it get there? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what? When did it get there? How did you know it would go down in there? How did you know anything? How long did you just have your phone on? Like, a phone dies after a while. So how long did you have your phone on just waiting for something to go down? Make it make sense to me. That's where I'm like, where do people get these outlandish ideas just to put a phone in somebody's room and just wait for something to happen? Just wait for something to happen. Who do that? I need to know how that happens. But he did, and he tries to blackmail her like, you know, I shut this whole thing down. I put your boy business out there in the street. And she like, you ain't got no proof. You ain't got no nothing. And that's when he whipped out the video and showed her on his phone. It would took me out, y'all. Well, of course he didn't show the video. We've seen that scene more once, and that was good enough. Okay. But it was the clapping, slapping sound. Because I listen and watch the show with the subtitles on. And so on the subtitles, while he's showing her the video, it says clapping sounds. I don't know if it said skin clapping sounds or just clapping sounds. But in parentheses, it lets you know that the video is making some type of effect of a noise. I was like, you know, these subtitles be tripping me out sometimes. Watch something in subtitles sometimes. The subtitles will really get you sometimes. I'm telling you. I'm about to support them. Me and my best friend wanted to move to Atlanta to become strippers, but she got pregnant. So did Keyshawn. And look at her now. It's never too late. Tell her to snatch that body back afterward, and she good. She good. I mean, if it's been a while, her body might be back already. Tell her let's reconsider. For the kids. Look, do it for the kids. Take care of your kids. It's going to be okay. It will be just fine, okay? Just tell her to try it just once. I'll promote y'all on my IG. Oh my goodness, let me stop. But then when I get myself together, y'all gonna have to come teach me some moves. I'm gonna come to Atlanta and we're gonna be a trio up in this mug. Okay? We're gonna be Whispers, Roulette, and whoever else. Big Bones. Look, I could be Big Bones right now. I could take that name right now, honey. So, anyways, back to the seriousness of this episode, shall we? So then after she shows him the video, I think it was Uncle Clifford Lil Murda. I don't know. But where would he have got that video too? Where would he have got any of these videos? Look, we saw the little scene between Uncle Clifford and Lil Murda. There was no clapping. But that clapping that we heard was very on the same clap as the last episode. That's why I'm thinking it was the last episode. Because that was that same clap that it was the same rhythm for me. So that's why I'm thinking that's what it was. That's all I can figure out at this point. So once he showed her the video and she's still like, nah, I ain't with that. I'm not having it. What is this one here? Yeah, she couldn't do nothing, y'all. You know, he had that powder up in him. He was really feeling good about himself and thought that he could do something. So he rips her up, just shakes her like a Barbie doll that she is in that blonde wig, throws her down, and does her whatever that he felt was necessary to do to her. And that was just, at that point, I could not deal with him no more. I was done. She got 2 kids now, and my cousin will take her kids away from her. Oh, see. Well, we gonna have no. I was gonna say something I shouldn't. Let me stop. I'm having too much fun. That's very unfortunate. But it's you can't simply get your kids taken away from you because you a stripper. That's you taking care of your kids. So why do the cousin want to even try to separate a black mother from her children anyway? Ain't that enough going on in the world? And what type of cousin is that? See, that's the type of people I call relatives and not family, because there is clearly a difference to me. I have relatives that I do not call family. Oh, lost an earring. Look at that shit. But yeah, I have a lot of relatives I do not call family at all. You remember the dude in the bar? What dude? Only thing that's coming to mind is the dude that Big Teak looked like he wanted to square up with when he had first got out. Is that the one you're talking about? Elaborate a little bit more for me, sugar. Let me know what you talk about. That's not it. But that's the only one I remember at this moment. So that's where he at, showing her the video and everything, thinking he could use what he got to get what he want. And she was like, no. So he just took it anyway. And before, though, thank goodness, she was able to get up off of him, give him a good one in the cojones, as they say, for lack of better words. And she was able to escape. And she starts running. She is running for her life. It was like, run away, love, run away, love. She was running. Look at that face. Like, she was distraught at that moment. He done tore up her nice little outfit. I don't know what he was calling it then, what they call it, but he tore it all the way up. And she went to the only room that she could go to that was closed, which was Wode's. Okay? So she goes to Wode. He gives her a robe to throw over her. And she tells him everything. Tells him about how he tried to do her. He tells her how he has a tape of Lil Murder and whomever that was on that tape. But I swear I want to say it's him and Big T. I swear. Because I feel like he could have used it at the beginning at some point for anything if he had it before then. That slapping was very in correlation with him and Big T. That's all I'm saying. So she goes to Wode's room and she tells him everything. And so now Wode's already been fed up with Lil Rome ever since, he tried to take Big Lil Murder from him. And so that's what I'm like. I know that had to have been so messed up for him to have to go on tour with Rome after he tried to jack his client with the girl that is correlating with his client now. And now they both got to be there. And you could tell he wasn't feeling him that whole entire time. But who is feeling Rome? Like, who possibly is feeling him? Who would even like him? That's probably why he had to try to take it, because who would possibly give it to him? It's like he used to roll with Lil Murder Crew because he said, wait till the trade come out. Okay, I know you talk. Okay, yeah, okay, yes, all right, got you. With light eyes, him and Murder fought. He said to Lil Murder, I heard you. Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, there are rumors out there. That's why he said he heard, but ain't no one ever had no proof. And the only proof was what Rome had. So I think that's why, at some point that's going to come out, right? At some point, someone is going to find out, and that is going to be part of the storyline, that Lil Murder is the way that he is. And I feel it's going to happen when him and Uncle Clifford finally get back together. Then that's going to, it ain't going to jeopardize Uncle Clifford, because Uncle Clifford is clearly out there and proud of it, honey. But it's gonna be a thing for Lil Murder, because how he gonna keep that abroad that way? And y'all know at some point him and Keyshawn gotta get back to the pink. I mean, it ain't cool. I think everyone deserves to come to the pink each season. I need them back at the pink. So something's gotta happen in order for that to happen. It's gonna be a downfall, and that might be what it is if it still gets out some way, somehow. But at this point, if Rome isn't the one to out him, how and who is it going to be who does it? Now, Big Teak looked like he might do it and then off himself afterward. I don't know how else that could go at some point, but y'all know that is going to happen at some point. It has to happen. And when it do, y'all probably know how it's going to go. It's probably going to be one of them season finale type of things. And then it's going to cut off, and then we're going to have to wait till the next season. That's how I'm feeling it's going to happen. I don't know how many episodes we get in this season, but it's going to be a problem at some point. I just know it is. But I'm here from Mississippi. We want to get together. Oh, okay. Oh, no, because if she didn't want to go down that road with Rome, granted, who would want to go down that road with Rome? I don't think she want to mix business with pleasure. And I'm going to tell you why in just a second when we get to that point. So basically, so now that Wody knows all of this information, right? He's trying to take care of that. He ain't feeling this. So Wody goes and has a whole entire conversation with Rome, okay? This is it, y'all. This that part. So he goes to Rome. I should come out on his. He should come out on his own. I hope they don't let somebody spill the tea. You know, that would be the only thing that would save him in some way, shape, or form. You know, and if that were to happen, I feel the storyline gonna be like, he gonna go back to Lil Clifford, Lil Clifford, Lord. I don't mix their names together. But that's Lil Clifford, the big red dog, right? Or it was just Clifford. Yeah, it was just Clifford, the big red dog. Anyway, don't get me off track. He gonna go back to Uncle Clifford. Uncle Clifford gonna make him feel like he can and be comfortable within himself and all that stuff. And he gonna bring Uncle Clifford on stage and claim him as his own. That would be cute. That would be a moment. So you never know. You just never know. 10 episodes? Okay, so we halfway through the season then. So that means we got about 5 more to go. Because I believe this was episode 5. So we got 5 more to go, y'all. So now mention they just said that P-Valley is not coming on this Sunday. It will be back the following. So we have to get a little break after this whole ordeal. So next Sunday, don't be looking for P-Valley because it ain't coming on. We get a little break. No, it comes on this Sunday. I'm sorry. It comes on this Sunday. Then we get a break. So it does come on tomorrow. Then it's not coming on next week. Yes, that's how it's going to go. So y'all know something going to happen real good tomorrow. Something going to happen really, really good. And then we're going to have to wait 2 damn weeks for it. That's what I be hating. But I be loving what be happening when it happens. Yes, I do. It's going to be good. It's going to be lovely. Yeah, I have some TV. Oh, girl, yes. Well, we need to talk later. We need to talk later, honey. You just let me know. I think they're trying to throw hints about them getting together. Who? Uncle Clifford and Lil Murder? They have to get back. They have to get together. They have to. I'm sorry. That's my phone. But I'll talk to them after this. We almost done. 7, don't come back to the 24th. Yeah, so that should be, so if today is, so then that would be 2 weeks? Because I do remember them saying the 24th, I just wasn't mathing. So then that would probably mean 2 weeks. So this is at 19. Yeah, that's 2 weeks. Dang. So y'all know it's really about to be good tomorrow night. But it come on at midnight, right? It's available at midnight. I might have to stay up and just watch it. Oh, Lord Jesus. I don't know. Hey, girl. Hey, sis. Another great content creator who is my co-mentee. She is everything. She is the undisputed African queen. Y'all best select her represent. Okay. That is my honey child right there. I love me some her. So, and she don't even watch this. So for her to come up in here and support me real quick, y'all, that's love. Because my Afro mama don't even get into this stuff. She's a married woman and she's very conservative. She's a mama. She be doing her thing. Okay. She does do Love and Marriage Huntsville with me, but of course it's on hiatus. But she does Love and Marriage Huntsville with me every Saturday. So if y'all into Love and Marriage Huntsville, y'all need to come check us out every Saturday at 10:45, okay? But Miss Mod, if you are still here, we are going to be doing not my next weekend off. Before it comes back, we're going to gather up all of the gossip that has happened since the hiatus, and we're going to go into all of that because too much stuff has happened this week alone. But back to P Valley. Let's get back to it, please. Okay? Yes. Love and love, 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 love. Yes. Okay. So we finally get Wode to go meet up with Rome. And he's letting him know, like, look, I know everything that's been going on. I know you've been doing some things. I know some things that you don't did. Keyshawn told me everything. He rose up in there with a nice little vial of some, looked like some good stuff, but it was really some bad stuff, okay? Some good bad stuff or some bad good stuff, whatever you want to call it. But, you know, Rome loves that book of sugar. So it was some book of sugar that he had that was actually either tainted with or it was straight up fentanyl, okay? Now, you know, it don't take but a pinky of it to kill somebody, to unalive somebody. So he made sure he did it. Now, what was really slick how he did it, and even for Rome, he was paranoid for just a second. So when he rolled that on that table, separated all nice and fine, you know how it go. He had his lines all down the way. He had about 3 lines of what he was already doing. And then he did 2 more lines of what Wode had brung him. Okay? So he puts it down and he's ready to get into it. You know how that go. And he looks up at him. He's like, you go first. You go do some first. Okay, Ma, you down for that? Yes. So make sure you keep it up with everything. Which, you know, I'll school you on what you do, miss. Because, you know, I be in it all. We gonna get into it all. So he goes down. He ready to have his little fun. And he's like, wait, hold up for a second. Won't you have some, partner? Won't you take some of this real quick? You know what I'm saying? Partake in this with me. But of course, he just wanted to see if he would do it. Because if he do it and he adjusts it in his system, then okay, then I can adjust it in my system and it's fine. So he did. But he was slick with it. He went down, he covered his hand so he couldn't see which one he took. And he sniffed the 3rd line. Because remember, like I said, he had some set up already. And he had 2 of what Wode gave him. So he skipped the 2 what he had given him that Rome put out, and he went to that 3rd one. Now, Rome is already all in his mind, feeling good and everything, so he wasn't paying that close of attention. And that was his bad. That was his F up. So when he went to go take them hits, he took both of them hits of the fentanyl lace. And that's what did him in. And I said, what? Look at him. So then as he's choking and everything, he started saying, you ever seen somebody die or all this type of stuff? How you want to be buried? And look at him. He can barely breathe. Look at him. Can barely breathe. Just look at that. I'm like, oh no. He took him out. He took him out, y'all. It was a wrap for all Rome. It was over for him. Look at him. Just dead to the world. He couldn't do nothing about it, y'all. It was over. One in Mississippi because he trying to get her feel comfortable with her in her own skin. And he told her he hates the wig. He likes the hair growing out of the wig. Yeah, but hopefully it was just a confidence thing. I thought that same thing for a minute, but I just don't want it to happen because now that Rome is gone, he's gonna end up being the one to manage her. Wally Bird, Rome Mama, and him now. Child. Was that what that whole thing was about that they said? I was wondering. I need a whole backstory on that too, Dominique. I need all the backstory on all of this. This episode left so much more to talk about. That's why I'm like, what are we doing here? We have a lot to discuss. Again, Katori, get on it. What are you doing, girl? You put too many questions up into the audience's mind. Now we got more questions to all of this. That's what I'm saying. But we got to go back real quick, y'all, because I did forget one thing. I want to talk about Keyshawn in her past. Now, that was that past moment. No, this wasn't the past. I'm sorry, we're right on time. So, when Keyshawn goes home, she goes home. She was supposed to do another 2 weeks, but she goes home. She goes home, and she finds her children in the hands of this beast. Now, let me find what I want to see real quick. Yeah, so she comes home, and this is what's going on. She tries to pick up her son, hold him, anything. You know, she's been gone away from him, so she wants to give him some mama love, and she can't because he's all in pain and agitated and all combobulated and discombobulated and all of this because his freaking father is abusing him, putting his hands on him just like he put his hands on his mother. And she had no idea because she went to go grab his wrist or grab him, and he pulls back with his arm, and he was sore like he couldn't move it. So she takes him to the doctor, and the doctor has to pop it back in place. And then when she picks him up and turns him, you know, his clothes had came up on his back. That's when the bruise was discovered. She seen it for the first time. The doctor and the nurse seen it for the first time. And it was like, oh my goodness. You know what? I'm surprised though. I'm surprised they didn't call CPS. I'm surprised she was able to take that child back home with her. Now, you know, in this world, that would not have happened. But she was able to take the child back home with her. Well, he buried the wrong mama in him. Oh, I said that one already. I think he's going back to the pink. She better. She better. I swear, because if she don't, what is she going to do? And then that's when Lil Murder going to have to do something because we all know Miss Mississippi is the biggest attraction for this tour. It would not be this tour without Miss Mississippi, and everyone knows that, even Lil Murder himself. So that might put into perspective for him how great he really is, and may realize he may not be all of the greatness he thinks that he is with all of these people, because a lot of these people are here to see Miss Mississippi. So he's going to have to go back at some point. But if he does go back, that means something may have to happen to Big Teak. Because Big Teak ain't just going to let him go back just without nothing. It's going to be a whole situation if that is the case, though. If he goes back and Big Teak's still out or whatever, Big Teak going to be like, I still want to know who's Uncle Clifford. Did he ever answer him who is Uncle Clifford? That's a whole nother question. Did he ever answer him? So did that. So I need to know that too. See, so many things were left out. I need answers. I really hope it's nothing like the play because Mississippi did. Oh, see, I hope not. I really hope not. I hope because here's the thing, and here's where I think. So You know the whole backstory of this show and the whole legal thing behind it, that another woman made this, and there she is saying that Katori or whoever brung this out is really biting off of what she did. So in order for them to show that this ain't the case, they shouldn't do that, because it would really show that this is what that is based off of, because that would really be bad. That would be bad for that whole entire situation. So if they know any better, they bet not do that. They gon' and it's too predictable. Hopefully they won't. For example, okay, anyone who has ever seen Sons of Anarchy, please, if you have seen Sons of Anarchy, say something in the chat. That is my favorite show in the entire world. But that show is based off a little bit of Hamlet mixed with the Andy Griffith show. That's a whole nother story. We ain't gonna get into that. But in Hamlet, Opie's character on Sons of Anarchy was killed off like the second act or something like that. Okay. In the show Sons of Anarchy, Opie was not killed off, at least not right away. When he was supposed to be, according to the play, he wasn't. He continued his storyline. So in order to make it different than the actual thing, they're going to have to do things different. So if Miss Mississippi did die in the play at whatever point, they shouldn't do that in the show, because it's going to be too predictable. And a lot of people are already talking about that. So they need to not do that. Yeah. So then she goes back to Derek and she's like, dude, you can beat on me all you want, but you are not going to beat on my children. And look at him. He looked crazy. He's like, look, you're not with these kids. I've been with these kids for 2 weeks. Derek, you couldn't handle your kids for 2 weeks? That's it? 2 weeks and you already beating on these children like that? Like, you are not a parent. You are not even close to one. If 2 weeks is all that needed to happen for you to do that. And it don't look like that bruise came about that day. So he had been done that. What is that? 1 week? Who knows? Them kids must have got to him as soon as she left and he couldn't handle it. But he said, I should have listened to my mom and to dip myself into the likes of you. That's what he said to her before he choked her up the very first time. I should have listened to my parents. Now I'm stuck with this. You weren't stuck. You stayed there. She was taking care of you. But anyway, so then it happens. You know, you ain't going to let no man just hit your children. You going to take that hit yourself if you got to. And she did. Y'all, she did. As soon as she said something to him, he went, bow, bow. Look at her mouth, just bleeding, just oozing blood. Then he dragged her to the kitchen, hemmed her up, and look what he about to do with that iron. Like, are you kidding me? That iron, he was about to go for the face. And she said, she begged, she pleaded, anything but my face. Anything but my face. Please, Derek, don't do our face like this. But Derek knew better. Because he knew, just like she said, he was about to go for that interview for a job that he was not going to get. And he needs to have her to continue to make the money and take care of him. Because he can't take care of them. So no, he can't mess up the moneymaker. He can't do that. So he knew better. He had that much sense to realize, you know what, maybe I shouldn't do this. Because then she won't be getting that money. And then she can't take care of me. Because I sure can't take care of myself or my wife or my kids, this entire family. So he finally let her go. But who knows where he went. I don't know if he still went to the freaking show or not. They keep mentioning the strawberries that Little Mary allergic to. I hope nothing happens with that. I wonder if Clifford knows that. I'm sure Clifford knows everything. Okay. But I don't know. That's a good one. That could be the case. You know, there's so many slips and turns in this. We don't know where it's going to happen. And that's why a show is so good when you don't know the twists and turns that it's about to go through and all of that, because it could go anywhere. And to guess is the funnest thing, because you get to guess and then you finally see how close your guess is and see what happens. So we don't know where it's going to go. Oh, girl play is boring. She had the big names in her play and it was boring. Really? See, I don't know nothing about the play. I've never done anything. I've never got into the play. But maybe that's why, if it was boring. I'm glad that I didn't. But yeah, so that's probably why she's really mad. She probably said, you know what? That's what I meant to do. Now she want to claim it's hers. No, honey. This is Katori's hall, so get off. You know, you're not shitting, get off the pot. Just sit down somewhere. She also snatched her protection chain Diamond gave her after she was done. I wonder if that symbolizes something. That symbolizes that goes back to Monique, honey. That was what I was going to say. So now that she is left, she's going to go back to the pink and get back with Diamond, probably. Hopefully. That's what I would like, and not want it. I don't know. However, we seen 2 episodes ago, I think it was 2, Diamond and Big Bones riding off into the sunset on her motorcycle. So when she do come back, that's going to be a whole thing. You know, he probably going to be talking to her, but then Miss Mississippi going to come back, and he may want to go back to see. That's the twists and turns I'm talking about, y'all. There's so many dynamics here. We don't know what is going to go. We don't know what is going to happen. And that is the bomb thing about all of this. I think we might as well kiss Diamond and Mississippi being together goodbye, because his new love interest this season is big. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But how far will it go? Could it just be something to get his mind off of it? And then he turns around and wants Mississippi back when she comes back to the pink, and then her and Big Bone be going toe to toe, possibly, because Big Bone, like, you could have stayed where you was. I was trying to get him, and now you back and don't snatch him back from me. That just creates more storylines, y'all. So it's so much going on. That's why it's like, how is this season even going to end? Because we have so many things to wrap up, but you don't want to wrap up everything, because you want to leave something to the imagination for the seasons to come. So there is so much going on, y'all. It's just like, what's going to happen? She snatched it off her neck. She's not wearing it anymore. Oh, that's right. So what was that she grabbed then? See? There we go. We don't know. Y'all. We don't know. That is the whole thing. We don't know. But we'll find out at some point. We have to. I don't know, y'all. It's a lot. It's so much of a lot. But my thing is, after this whole bid, you know, what is the man now? And I thought this was so funny, I had to. Hold on, let me move this comment right here. You got the juice now. But look at that middle picture. He walked out that room like, yeah, I got the juice now. So what is the man at this point now? I think Big Bone is Autumn ex-sister. She there for a reason. Child, you just don't know. That means you got a lot of theories. I like that. I don't know. We don't know, y'all. There's so many twists and turns. That's what I'm saying. She grabbed it off her neck. So I was wondering if it means her protection is gone, and it means she dies, like Dominique said. All I'm saying is, I really don't think that they should do that, because it would make us know, like, I don't want something to happen. I want to have my predictions be wrong. That's when I really like a show, like, oh, I didn't see that coming. Don't give us something that we see coming. And don't do it like the play, because that goes to show that you are going off of the play. And that is great ammunition for homegirl to use in court about this show. Because I believe it's still going on. And I believe that might have been why the show took so long to come back, because they were dealing with this and they at least had to get the go in order to still be able to produce and do the show while this whole thing is going on. Because the woman has been talking out. She's been on Twitter. I've seen her on Twitter. She has been saying quite a lot. So I don't know. They need to completely do something different than what her play did, or else it's going to look really bad for the show to make it say that they ain't copying off of. Now, I understand you could watch something, read something, see something, and you get your own idea. And that's probably where she coming from with the whole show, but it ain't the show. It's just, you just got to understand that. But we will have to see, y'all, because there is a lot more to happen. We still got 5 episodes left. We have tomorrow's episode, or at midnight's episode, if you watch it when it comes out on midnight. We have a lot more to see still. We've got 5 more episodes to go before the end. We don't know what loops that they are going to close before everything is over. We don't know. And we'll just have to figure it out when that happens, okay? Now, I want to say thank y'all for coming through. Kamisha Reviews crew is in effect. Y'all know what it is. I will be back later tonight or tomorrow. I'll be recapping DC. That's what I'm about to go watch, Love and Marriage DC. So thank y'all, Cools, Cassikins, for kicking it with me. Let me shout out everyone who was here. Zumiko, I want to say thank you, honey. Dominique was in the building. Mine Afro Mama, Big Sis came through. Speak with your girl Marcella, Entertainment Uncut. Yes, honey, I thank you all for coming through, chilling with me. Y'all know I do this every week, so I will be back for this episode tonight, sometime this week. Don't know when, but I will be back. Thank you for kicking it with your girl, and I'm out this nasty thing.